Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I just wanted to go over what exactly makes a character bad or not worth pulling. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard and are probably skipping Fox, and I hope that I don't exactly change your mind on that in that sense, but hopefully I can point out some things to consider. And I'm just going to mention things as I remember, so I'm going to use Yusuke as an example, but the same idea still applies for everyone else. So a lot of the talk right now is skip Fox and pull for Makoto and Cord when they release. And I do agree with this for sure, but not exactly with the reasoning. So right now our ice units are Mont, Soy, and Yusuke. And in the future will come units that will both replace and complement Yusuke. The same cannot be said for Makoto, since she's going to be the nuclear damage dealer, and she also comes with one of the best debuffers. And that's really the key here. I've seen a lot of people only mention Makoto over Yusuke because
Makoto big damage, bro.
Meanwhile, she is single target and Yusuke being AoE, which okay, that's fine and all. But when people start making it about being niche, that's when I start getting a little skeptical. Because I remember when I first started playing on the Korean version about 10 months ago, I didn't even think twice and just followed these recommendations. And then when, for example, I would want to clear a certain SOS trial, guild trial, velvet trial, any of that shit, or event, I would often see these characters that weren't recommended being picked. And at least for me, this kinda bums you out a bit. I think as a perfect example, I'll just use Velvet Trials and Yusuke. So as you know, you can to a certain extent rely on Wonder to get points. However, in all the other trials, to get points, you'll require non-Wonder allies to do damage. And this is where a lot of how you like to play and how you play is going to come into play. Get that? Okay. So for me, if I have to sit here and wait 1 year, 6 months, or sometimes even less than that, just to be able to get a character, or chance rather to get a character, just to be able to do this, there's going to come a point where I would rather just have my fun right now before something leading me to stop playing the game or like it less. And on top of that, there's also all the scummy practices that they may or may not do, which they definitely will do, like the Manami situation. That definitely influences all of this. But using Yusuke again, people might say, you know, we have Mont and Soy, which again is very true. But so is the fact that Yusuke is basically Mont and Soy put together. But the counter to that could be, well, instead of Mont, Soy, and whatever you want, you now really have to build around Yusuke, which could be good or bad depending on what you're doing. So with Yuki, we're definitely getting less ice-related things like breaking shields or getting points. But you could also say that Yusuke compensates for that. Weapons could also play a part in this. For example, while Yusuke's 5-star isn't a dramatic change over his 4-star, if we look at Makoto, her 4-star is something you do not want to be walking around with. There's also, for example, the Heart Rail and its cards and how they can influence your characters. Yusuke for me was basically a breath of fresh air when it comes to his playstyle, and is basically the point I'm trying to make. Eventually, you're going to reach a point where just doing the meta teams and doing the same thing over and over and over is going to get so repetitive that different playstyle characters are the ones that are really going to eventually stand out. Now for me specifically, there was a downside to this with Yui. While I do love the feeling of constantly rolling the dice and see if I get a follow-up, hearing over and over and over, that shit will drive you crazy. If you're a I gotta be the best and want to go for leaderboards and all that jazz, of course a lot of what I'm saying has less value. But I think for a lot of us, just having fun with the game and trying to extend that as much as possible is what really becomes the best choice. I'm not looking to play this all day, every day. I want to do some Marvel Rivals content and try other games as well. So having fun with units I never played with is where I am right now. Again, all the highly recommended characters do fit into what I'm saying. Cord, very fun to play. Makoto is just cool as fuck and fun to play. Taba basically lets you make a team you want to play and make it work. Just keep in mind that there is going to be so much FOMO, so much you're going to see and need a certain character for and wish you pulled or regret pulling, and they could choose to buff these characters as well. So while certain characters are very important to have, I think it's even more important that you are having fun with the characters instead of copy-pasting from the previous guy. You're eventually going to want all the characters, of course, so make good use of the trial run. What are your goals per se for the game? Do you want to wait now or later? Again, I hope I don't influence you to gamble your shit away, but I just want to clear the air a little bit of why certain characters are considered bad or not worth pulling, and if that should even matter to you. A lot of people just play this game, so having everything optimized is more important and their values are going to be different. So yeah, I hope I just remind you all to take it easy and have fun with the characters you like, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.